Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swamini Tinamine. Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine. Nirvishesha Shrunivari Paschatya Deshatarine. Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasari Gaur Bhaktivinoda. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Go Premanande Haribo. Dear exalted devotees, thank you very much for joining today. This is our final Super Sunday before the end of the year. We have Kali Yuga, which is the most advantageous age to be born in, as is mentioned by Karabhajana Muni in the Srimad Bhagavatam. Kalim sabhajayantyarya guna gyasarabhagina yatra sankirtane naiva sarvaswarto bilabhite. Because in the Kali Yuga, it's such a bad age, it's good. Because Krishna says, oh well, just give them whatever they want. And everything comes naturally by the Sankirtan Yajna. And according to the acharyas in our sampradaya, the preaching of the holy name, Jive Doya Krishna Nam Sarvadharmasar, means having compassion for all conditioned souls and going from home to home, office to office, street to street, person to person, and offering them an opportunity to take to Krishna consciousness is Jive Doya. And giving them Krishna Nam. Sarvadharmasara, this is the essence of all religious principles, to have compassion. And as Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita, Atma Pamyena Sarvatra Samam Pashiti Arjuna, Sukham Va Yadivadukam Sa Yogi Paramomata. What is the Parama Yogi? The best of yogis, he said, is those who feel empathy. Atma Sampamyen. They see the sufferings of all living beings, and they know the cause of it, and they know that there's a remedy. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu told Sanatana Goswami, Maya Mugda Jivana Nahi Swata Krishna Gyan. It's not automatic they'll come out walking down the street by themselves, or going back to their family, or going to their work, or listening to 1,000,001 YouTube videos about self-help. They won't come out of darkness. Only Jivera Kripaya Koila Krishna Veda Puran, only by the intervention of Srimad Bhagavatam can they come out of this darkness. And therefore, the topmost of all sacrifices is to take some trouble to go into the homes, the offices, to live on street corners, to get on the phone and talk to people, even though you may have some hesitancy, to put out ads on the internet, and to make an intervention in the lives of this world's misdirected civilization. And the revolution will take place by this spread of transcendental knowledge and no other way. It has to be widespread. It has to be profuse. So we're coming together with the purpose of sharing best practices, enthusing one another to expand the distribution of transcendental literature, which is literary kirtan. The written word is just an abstraction of the speech. And if you write Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, and you give it to someone, then they carry it away in their pocket. They have the Maha Mantra in their house, in their car, in their office. And if you give them a whole book about Krishna, it cannot be denied. Because everyone, as mentioned in the Srimad Bhagavatam, there's Gopya Kama Baya Kamso, Dveshas Chaya Dayo Nripaha, Sambandha Vrishanya Sneha, Mana Krishna Deveshayat. That's the wrong last line. But it says that the gopis by their lusty desires, Kamsa by his fear, Shishupal and other kings by their envy, the Vrishnis, Sambandha Vrishnaya Snehad, by their Sambandha, by their relationship with Krishna, the Pandavas, by their affection. And then Narada says, and we, the general devotees, he said, by our bhakti, we've attained Krishna. And he says, Katamo pina vena syad, panchanam purusham prati. Only Vena and other atheists like him who never consider the form of the Lord don't attain any salvation because they haven't been able to think of the form of Krishna in any way. So when you hand somebody a Krishna book and they say, what is that? Who's that? As Prabhupada said, who's the girl with Krishna? Unknowingly, they're becoming Krishna conscious. They're considering the form of the Lord in one way or another. Only the atheists like Vena can't attain that. But now, through book distribution, even atheists look and see the form of Krishna. They hear Hare Krishna, which has its own force. Krishna forces his way into their ear, into their heart, and it drives them crazy. And then they have to become devotees. So this is the panacea. We are the team. We've somehow, this phase of Kali Yuga, we've been given this opportunity as a one world team to work together. The Krishna monks of RVC, you can see them in there. You can see Malini Devi Dasi, who was out late last night distributing books. We saw her online, didn't get home probably till 11 o'clock at night. We have Eka Chakapran holding up the rear there in Denver. We have Trados, the great general, who's looking over the forces all over Europe. We have Mukharavinda Prabhu, the inimitable warrior in Sankirtan. Patita Pavana Prabhu is here, Prema and Premi, Sakala Subhag. We have a Zoom user, it's probably a robot. Sham Mohini is here, the executive secretary for marketing, communications, and innovations, who never sleeps. We have Sham Bhakti Vedavit Krishna Prabhu, who goes all over the world to start Sankirtan parties. Tirumala Devi Dasi, one of the great genius minds behind the campaigns for book distribution all over the world. Niraj is here. Sham Bhakti is here, always steeped in service. Ranchor, the golden boy who's come up through the ranks to please his spiritual master, His Holiness Gopal Krishna Maharaj. Vishvabandhu Prabhu, thank you for being here all the way from the Netherlands. Divya Ananda Prabhu, who's helping to oversee a huge area in North America. Lalitangi Devidasi is back as usual, helping to push on the Sankirtan movement. Vamsi Dari, Rajkumari, Ambarishi Swami, who is unstoppable in spreading Krishna consciousness all over an area of the world that I won't mention right now. Mayank Prabhu, the brains behind all the operations, Vishnu Murthy, and more. Thank you very much, everyone, for joining. Today, we're going to have the opportunity to hear from several devotees how things are going. But I just want to mention Prabhupada's interest in book distribution. And Prabhupada writes, sometimes we meet gentlemen of up-to-date taste and try to make them interested in the matter of Bhakti Godhead. They say very frankly that they have not only no interest in such theistic subject, but also they condemn the attempt to bring people back in general to the path of Bhakti Godhead. That was Prabhupada's words. He was distributing Bhakti Godhead. That was his remark. During Srila Prabhupada's first year in America, he continued to sell his books at every opportunity. As his disciples took up the distribution of his books, it was natural for him to want to hear what they were telling people and how people were responding. And on morning walks, he would ask devotees, and this is a recount from one of the book distributors. On morning walks, Srila Prabhupada used to ask me, so Tripurari Maharaj, what are they saying? That was his standard kind of question to me because he knew I was always in the field preaching to people, distributing literature and so forth. He knew that I would need arguments to counteract the people's objections to taking the books, and he was curious what their arguments were. Each time Prabhupada asked me, I would give one or two of their arguments, and Prabhupada would defeat them in an enlightening way. So let's start off this morning with the great General Tradas Prabhu, who's been distributing books. He's the longest standing book distributor in ISKCON. Started around 1969 in San Francisco, 1970, with the first traveling party ever known to ISKCON. And here he is, still going. Tell us how it's going in Europe, please, Tradas Prabhu.
Jai, all glories to Srila Prabhupada. Sheshika Prabhu, he's always very encouraging. That's his special transcendental nature. Such a great devotee that he's always encouraging and enthusing devotees, whatever little qualification they may have. He's always encouraging and increasing and expanding that. So it's always a little embarrassing always to speak after him. It's going nicely, especially because some of the yatras in Germany, France, they began their Srila Prabhupada marathon, especially concentrating on Bhagavad Gita's for the Live to Give campaign in November, the last week of November. So they had Germany doubled their normal book distribution in November compared to all the other months of the previous year. So it was they're off to a really big start. I think Germany's on its way up to taking over the world, taking over the European area, at least, as they tried to do before, but this time transcendentally. And Switzerland, I was just in Switzerland about a week ago and went out with the devotees there, and it's one of the best fields for book distribution that you can imagine. People are so polite and friendly and nice, and they have so much Lakshmi that they're ready, very easily ready to take so many books and give so much. And there's two brahmacharis traveling there that are doing really, really well. They're doing 70, 80, 100 books a day. And the rest, I know Janananda Maharaj is in France, and everyone started out with a big bang in November, at the end of November, and they're still pushing on for the month of December. I think we'll see some really amazing distribution results, scores at the end of this month. Italy's also catching up. There's a big competition going on between the old Brahmachari party, which has always been the mainstay of our distribution, and your old friend Jai Gauranga. He's determined to catch up to them. And I just came back. I'm a little tired because we just came back. We just had our first monthly Sankirtan festival at our little temple here. And some devotees came out with us, middle-aged ladies who are Italian devotees. And for 4 of them, it was their first time ever. And one lady, she just was so worried about how I can't do a book distribution. And she finally broke the ice and distributed some books. She was in ecstasy. Because I'll just the last quick thing I know. This one devotee asked me from Croatia yesterday. He wrote me a message and asked me, but how is it different book distribution now from when you were, he said in the 80s. I said, well, also the 70s were distributing books. So, and I said, it's the same. There's no, it's a totally transcendental activity. It's exactly the same. The people are there waiting for us, just like they were 50 years ago. And that's why Prabhupada said, go on making your lifetime plans for distributing my books. And you should go on making it plans for the next 10,000 years. It's not an activity that's going to go out of. Sometimes devotees get in this mental thing that, well, maybe, now it's all electronic and they won't have book. It's going to go on for the next 10,000 years. We don't have to worry. It's Lord Chaitanya's transcendental activity, meant for everyone, meant for all devotees. And everyone can experience the same ecstasy that we did 50 years ago, can experience it today, the same relation with people. It's amazing. It's a totally transcendental pastime and activity. It's the same ecstasy. This is my wife, Krishna Loka. She's been distributing books for the last 40 years. since 1983. That's 40 years now, distributing 30 years full-time, 8 hours a day, 6 days a week. Now taking care of devotees, training devotees, and distributing books as well. So she doesn't want to be sick. He's still
Thank you very much, Trey Prabhu,
Haribo.
for an encouraging report about Team Germany taking over the world, Swiss team raking in the huge
Swiss.
wealth that's there in Swiss. Go
Also,
Italy.
also Hungary. Hungary is like they took off in November, and I'm sure they're still going for all under Shiva Ramaraj's inspiration.
Jai. Thank
Haribo.
you for such an upbeat report. We're getting such upbeat reports from all over the world. Last night we were on with Australia and New
Yeah.
Zealand and Philippines and Japan. There's a wave hitting the planet right now. Bhagavad Gita is splashing down in every city of the world. Thank you, Trey Prabhu. Now we're going to His Holiness Ambarishi Swami, broadcasting live from a part of the planet where people are very eager to take to Krishna consciousness.
Hare Krishna. Please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Yes, Krishna gave us the best advertisement ever we have. When President of Russia went to India and Narendra Modi has given him this gift of Bhagavad Gita. So next day, in all marketplaces online, they were asking, do you have this same book that our president has got? So devotees, they just sold 500 Gitas in one day online because everybody wanted to have this book. So because of this advertisement, many people on the street, they are also asking, do you have this book? We don't remember the name, but do you have this book? So many devotees, they are taking with them Bhagavad Gita, and it being sold like anything. Also, yesterday, devotees from Ukraine, they sent a report on the Gita distribution. They sent many photos. People on the street, they are also buying very nicely Bhagavad Gita. They are distributing in the western part of Ukraine, and people are very interested, and they are taking Bhagavad Gita. So it's a short report. Hare Krishna.
Thank you very much, Maharaj. Just to see your ecstatic mood is enlivening to all of us, and it's telling of this principle that great discoveries come only to the prepared mind. So you've been holding steady there for so long against any kind of odds, and now when the great opportunity comes, you're ready to strike. And on every street corner now, hundreds of Bhagavad Gitas are going out. Amazing mercy of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, that photo being spread all over the world. It's just another example of how the Sankirtan movement is, as it says, Param Vijayate Shri Krishna Sankirtan. We will defeat all by the mass distribution of the holy name and transcendental literature. Thank you very much for setting such an example, and our best to all the devotees in Russia, our humble obeisances to them. Hare Krishna. Now we're going over to Africa. Tirumala Devi Dasi, so dedicated to book distribution, to pleasing her spiritual master, and working on the projects behind the scenes, making sure that they're vibrant and people are enlivened. Please tell us how things are going in Africa.
Hare Krishna, please accept my humble obeisances, all glories to Srila Prabhupada. So I've just put together a few slides to basically give an indication of the different initiatives that devotees are embarking on for the campaign. Okay. So as I mentioned, across Africa, there's different types of initiatives, and devotees are really trying to imbibe the spirit of being brave. So a few different things. So first of all, devotees have are ensuring that they make use of the various festivals that are being held at temples, and that includes Ratha Yatras, ensuring that there's Bhagavad Gita is displayed, and there are book tables. On Gita Jayanti specifically, there were special programs that were held to bring attention to the Bhagavad Gita, of course. There were also calling parties and special Sankirtan initiatives. On the next slides, I'll show some of those images from those. And yeah, there's also been a lot of distribution on WhatsApp itself. There's an elderly Mataji in Durban that distributed over 100 Bhagavad Gitas just on WhatsApp alone. And there's a lot of stories like that. So this was from the temple in Durban, Shri Shri Radharanath, where they made a special initiative to have a program on the day of Gita Jayanti, as well as going out on book distribution. These are just some pictures of making visibility of Bhagavad Gita on these occasions. So there was a big cutout of Bhagavad Gita that was displayed at Sri Sri Radharanath, and then on the altar as well, and in Lenasia, Johannesburg as well. This was an initiative of one of the devotees in Johannesburg, who gifted a Bhagavad Gita to the CEO of one of the major banks in South Africa. And you can see he wrote an email of appreciation to her for that. So I felt that was quite nice. This is an initiative that's being held in Zambia. It's basically Shastradan and providing devotees with various options to donate Bhagavad Gita. So just allowing people to be involved. If you yourself can't go out on book distribution, then you can also, sponsor Bhagavad Gita. And then just some images of individuals receiving Bhagavad Gita. The picture on the left is of a gentleman in West Africa that had received a Bhagavad Gita in Hindi, and it's actually taken from a short little clip where he really expressed his appreciation for Bhagavad Gita. Yeah, and I mean, there are a lot of really encouraging situations. I mean, there was one devotee in Johannesburg that was in hospital, but even while he was in hospital, he made the endeavor to distribute 10 Bhagavad Gitas.
Thank you very much, dear Amala Devi Dasi. What an amazing report. And more we're finding that people who are in the business world, in politics, taking the Bhagavad Gita and speaking out, inspiring other people. And those who are going out with the sense of following Prabhupada's courageous footsteps are finding such serendipitous occurrences in their lives and their book distribution. Thank you very much for the report, and from all the devotees here to all the devotees in South Africa and all over Africa, may you smash your goals. Hare Krishna. Gaur Premanande, Haribo. Okay, now we're going to come to Prema and Premi.
Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna.
everybody. We are
South
so
America.
happy. We are so happy to be here. We have a few stories, a few news from here, from this side of the world. One of those is that we were doing Sankirtan. We are distributing most Bhagavad Gita. We have very good price this time for soft cover Bhagavad Gita. So we are going like most only with Bhagavad Gita, and people receive this like nothing. They are so open and happy to get, and in a very good price. So we were doing Sankirtan and
With a group of
with a
Bhakti
group
community.
Yeah, we were doing in Chinatown in Buenos Aires, and Premi approached one of the mayor of the city, Buenos Aires city, and was very nice. That situation, Premi gave him the book as a present, and at the end she told him about that if he want to give some like reciprocation to understand the knowledge, as you said often, he will have the opportunity to understand and to go deep with this knowledge. And he was very open. He put his hand in the pocket and he gave a nice donation. So that was very good, very nice.
Yes, and also we went to the embassy of Africa, and we gave Baba Gita to the
Yeah.
ambassador. We met her wife, and they are very, very open to preach with us in some way. So if Mataji needs his contact, we can also put them in contact.
Yeah, they are South Africa ambassador in Argentina. So they bought 4 Bhagavad Gitas. They're in Spanish for their friends in Argentina. So yeah, those are the news, and we are very happy to give as much Bhagavad Gita as possible. This is the book, so we are very, very ecstatic giving everyday Bhagavad Gita. Thank you so much for your support.
Thank you for your inspiration, all of you, and special for Vaisheshika Prabhu. Thank you so, so much.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you very much, Premi. Your names are, you're fulfilling the purpose of your name by spreading oceans of prema all over South America and the world. Thank you very much for your transcendental activities and your ebullient presences. Hare Krishna. Gaur Premanande Haribo. And now we have some live action from the streets of London. Coming to us, Divyanand Prabhu and Keshava Swami out on the streets where it's freezing cold. Not that cold. He doesn't even have a scarf. Okay. How's it going over there, Divyanand Prabhu?
Hi, Keshav Maharaj. Yeah, it's going well. We've been out since morning with the first group with Keshav Maharaj. Now we are out in Barnet, a local village near Bhaktivedanta Manor. And in the morning, we had around 90 devotees out with Maharaj, and now we have around 60 going out on door to door, giving out Bhagavad Gita. This is our trunk of our cars. We've got cookie prasadam, right? Let me turn my camera around so you can see what's happening. 1 second, Maharaj. Maybe I do it this way. So we've got cookies, we've got some interesting things. So we have a follow-up program, as you're the biggest advocate of book distribution and follow-up being one. So we have these 2 programs, one for our Western outreach, one for our Indian familiar audience who can come to the manor and get connected. And then we have these beautiful Saptarishi packs, which Gopal Champu Prabhu inaugurated many years ago. And Mataji is showing them here, right here with us. So we got these beautiful Saptarishi packs with the Bhagavatam, Science of Self-Realization, and other books. I'm now just going to tune in to Keshav Maharaj very shortly. He's right here, and he can say some words. He's just speaking to a guest. Just 1 second, Maharaj. So we've got children, we've got many devotees out here in this community. Yeah, London is good, Maharaj. Soho is buzzing, Wales is buzzing. We came together just a few days ago on the call to share some best practices, who's doing what. And yeah, since then we've had many successes. London has book tables around many towns, Soho. So they're really doing big on the book tables, on the streets. Yesterday we were in Wembley, and just in about 3 or 4 hours, I think we nearly distributed, I think around 80 Bhagavad Gitas and many other books of Prabhupada. It was a really great audience we had there. And we are also, Wales is doing huge in terms of the Bhagavad Gita. They are also, I think their book tables, they've got 40 devotees out pretty much every day. Wales is a beautiful temple. They're building a new temple, and I just want to share that ISKCON Cardiff temple is built on the whole Sankirtan movement. They go out on the books, they distribute the books, bring the donation, and building a beautiful temple. So we've got really nice energy and momentum building up here in England. And here are the girls from the Sankirtan movement. I'm just going to hand over to Maharaj now. He's just coming off. So I'm just going to give it to him and then we'll hear from him directly.
Well, let me exit.
No, we do want them to. We do have these. So when they do something that they have today, you found. We can take that, Maharaj. I'll take the payment.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Maharaj, we have Vaisheshika Prabhu for the call. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Maharaj. Our obeisances. We have all the devotees from around the world to
My obeisances to you.
Hare Krishna.
We feel empowered just by seeing you. We're with all the devotees here. You can see everyone. Haribol.
Hare.
Yeah, it's a real army out here. We're just we did a couple of sessions this afternoon. I think about 10 or 15 devotees were out for the first time ever, which
90.
is beautiful.
We had 90 devotees.
90, no, but for the first time ever.
Oh, yes, that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, about 20.
So we had 90 devotees out, and we had 10, 15 devotees coming out for the first time. So it's been beautiful. Everyone's really realizing why this activity is so dear to Srila Prabhupada and so much the heartbeat of our movement. So yeah, every day wonderful stories. So yeah, Hare Krishna. I can't see who's on the call, but I'm sure there are
Maharaja,
many.
we
Oh
have
wow, there's all these great
53
songs.
devotees on the call from around the world. What are you telling
Okay.
people? What's the main thing you say to people when you present a Bhagavad Gita?
If they're from an Indian background, then I just basically tell them December is the month of the Gita. It was spoken thousands of years ago, and people are realizing it's as relevant as it was. And I basically just share with them that anything you want to know about relationships, about leadership, about lifestyle, about just love, anything you want to learn, you can learn it from the Gita. So yeah, it's always beautiful. Sometimes we just keep a Gita open and we just let people pick a verse and let them read it and let them just see how it all connects together. So yeah, it works as it always has and it always will. So yeah, wonderful to just be out. I just came back from Boston just like 4 days ago. I was just raring to get out, seeing all the stories on our WhatsApp group. So yeah, these are all the warriors. You can see them. Yeah.
Haribo.
Prabhu's out. This is Prabhu. He's out for the first time ever.
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna.
Prabhuji.
There's 53 devotees on the call. Do you want to tell them what inspired you to come out today?
Prabhuji.
I didn't pay him to say that.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Yeah, I like to do the generally we are from the farm, but I like to do the work distribution and everything. That's why I just been there, and that's for first time for me. And very good, nice response to all the devotees and everything. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Prabhu is usually serving in the Gaushala, so yeah, he's milking some different cows here today. So yeah, let's get one of the young ones to say something. Dia, Vani, everyone's on the call. Tell them something nice that happened on the street.
The first man that we did, he gave that we asked an Indian, Sachi asked somebody, an Indian, if they could take a Bhagavad Gita, and he came out with 15 pounds.
Haribo.
Oh, tell us.
We did 150 guitars at a wedding. Yeah.
Jai.
600 pounds in donation.
What?
Yeah, we got 600 pounds in donation. It was really good.
Haribo.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you,
Please pray
Maharaj.
for us that we can follow in your footsteps, all the great souls on the call, and just thank you for inspiring us, keeping us all connected, and just just leading the charge. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna, all glories to Prabhupada. Haribol.
Jai. Hare Krishna. Gaur Premanande. Thank you,
Hare
Divyanam
Krishna.
Prabhu, and thanks to
Thank you,
Maharaj
Maharaj.
and all the devotees. Do huge out there, and
Yes, Maharaj.
thank you for enlivening us. Hare
Thank you
Krishna.
so much. Hare Krishna, Maharaj.
It's interesting, Maharaj mentioned he opens the Bhagavad Gita and lets somebody read a verse. That's an interesting technique. And now we're coming, swinging back to North America and California specifically. Molly Devidasi was out till late last night, and now she's up early on the call. Tell us any of the realizations, things we can use, Malini.
Hare Krishna Prabhu, please accept my humble obeisances for Worship Prabhupada. My obeisances to all the devotees on the call as well. Wanted to share that some of the spots that are working really well is their Christmas holiday shops that people put up. Yesterday we went to Germantown where everybody comes to just pick up some kind of decorations for their Christmas trees. So these kind of things happen in multiple places. That's really good. And next Saturday, that is in North America, is the last Saturday before Christmas. So everybody is out shopping. It's one of the busiest days. So we could take advantage of that as well. And store to store at this time is really good because all the shopkeepers are in a giving mood. So devotees are going shop to shop. And when they go and present Bhagavad Gitas and ask for a donation, like they just give a lot, especially the shops towards the end of the year. So some devotees just went recently to one area. They just collected $900 in just a couple of hours, just going shop to shop. So that's a very easy place to go, and we can try that. And yesterday, and in general, what we were doing is we saw that people actually want to reciprocate in some form or the other. So yesterday when we were out on book distribution, one person came and they were watching us distribute books. They were going back and forth in that area, and did not give anything, did not take anything. But later during the evening, their son, he came and he just gave this fake $100 for as a gift as a reciprocation. So they were laughing, the parents were laughing, they thought that we'd be offended or something, but we really appreciated the gesture. At least they wanted to give something even though it's a fake $100. We took it and we said thank you so much for this. And the boy's continence changed immediately, and he was shocked. And but we really appreciated the sentiment that he wanted to really give $100, whether he gave real or not. That was one. And then another lady, her name was Julie. She came and she took the Bhagavad Gita, but she really didn't have cash. When people say, though we presented that you can pay by card, she didn't have cash. So we said, you can give anything. It doesn't have to be cash. And she was wearing some earrings. And then we said, we like your earrings. It's okay if you want to give your earrings also. And she thought, okay, let me see what I have. And she searched in her purse. She didn't find anything. And she was immediately giving her earrings to us. And we said, no, we were just kidding. We didn't want to take your earrings. And immediately her heart changed and said, you know what? I'll use my card. Put $30 for a Bhagavad Gita. It was really nice because everybody wanted to give something. And what we also observed is that this when we mentioned to them that we have a goal of distributing at least 4.6 million Bhagavad Gitas throughout the world, everybody is shocked. He said, really? 4.6 million Bhagavad Gitas? And we said, please help in any way. And a lot of people were giving 20s, some people were giving 5s, whatever they could. But the reciprocation was there. And we found that Indian gentlemen or gentlewomen, they also appreciated this cause of 4.6 million Bhagavad Gitas. And we told them that we wanted to improve mental health everywhere. We don't want anyone to suffer from anxiety. and they appreciated the cause. And four of the some Indian gentlemen, they gave $108 each to sponsor for a case of Bhagavad Gita on the street. So people are appreciating it very well. And another two very nice things is that when we displayed the Bhagavad Gitas, two ladies came and they said that this is the Bhagavad Gita. We said, yes, this is the Bhagavad Gita. And we were looking for this. And they said that they were reading a children's version of Bhagavad Gita because they didn't get a copy of Bhagavad Gita. They're reading a children version of Bhagavad Gita, and they're discussing, and they were like shocked to see the real version of Bhagavad Gita. They bought a Bhagavad Gita, very enthusiastic. And another gentleman came and said that he recently got a
It's too
Bhagavad
loud
Gita.
outside. Uh-oh.
Recently got a Bhagavad Gita at the Dolores Park, and he read the entire Bhagavad Gita, and he said he's looking for more books from Prabhupada. And he didn't even know how to say Prabhupada, but he said, I want to know more books of this author Prabhupada. And then he was very happy to get connected with the devotees, with the Bhakti community. And yeah, I think it's really going well. People want to give, people want to get, people want to appreciate. So I think we should all try. We only have 5 weekends left, so we can still make use of those. Hare Krishna.
Well, fantastic, Molly. I love the lines of we don't want anyone to suffer from anxiety, telling people about the 4.6 million that enlivens people to be part of something bigger than themselves. And the anecdotes, remembering how people come to Krishna consciousness when we reach out to them, because everyone's potential ready to go. And even the child, he gave a fake $100 bill, but Putana offered her fake affection to Krishna, but he accepted it as real affection. So this is the mood of Gokula Vrindavan that you're engaged in there, giving special mercy to everybody. Fantastic, Molly Devidas, fantastic. You could tell she's right off the streets. She just came back because that's what happens when you go out and you present, then you bring back that oxygen, that spiritual oxygen, so we can all breathe. Otherwise, our household, our ashram, our temple community, it becomes stifled. No oxygen, no breath, no life. This is real life. Fantastic. Now we have one of the great stalwarts of the Sankirtan movement, who always stays in the background but is making huge strides to expand Sankirtan using her acute intelligence and devotional attitude. Meenakshi Devi Dasi, coming to us from Toronto. She comes from a dynasty of great devotees. Meenakshi, tell us what's happening. Tell us what's working.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu, Hare Krishna, dear devotees. Please accept my humble obeisances, all glories to Srila Prabhupada. I'm actually at home right now, and I thought I'd give you a little bit of a live, exciting information. We here in Toronto, one of our key pillars to distribution is the Shastradhan program, which is placing books in various institutions. And we work on this throughout the year, placing books not only in hotels and motels, but we've expanded it further to hotels, to hospitals, to hospices, to prisons, libraries, airports even. And in the last few days, we've been working on actually shipping out about 10,000 books that are going out in the next couple of days. I don't know if you can see this with the camera.
We can see it.
Jai. So these are all customized, where they have the labels, custom letters going to each institution. Everything is curated. So some, for example, prisons, they get only soft copies of Bhagavad Gitas, for example, as well as mixed titles, Coming Back, Science of Self-Realization, Higher Taste, Perfection of Yoga, etc. So those are all curated. And you can see they're all customized to who is getting them. We also send them to, for example, the Toronto Pearson International Airport is getting a shipment. Srimad Bhagavatams are also going to hospital libraries as well as prison libraries and prison reference centers. We're also sending to the Canadian Armed Forces. So it's quite a variety. And yeah, so we're that's what we've been working on in the past few weeks, and we've been getting a lot of generosity from the congregation who's helping support and sponsor these books. And last Sunday, we had a team at the Sunday Feast that was diligently packing customized boxes for various centers where they might be getting, 7 matchless gift books, 7 signs of self-realizations, etc. We also recently placed in the Children's Book Bank, which is a library system for people who are not as wealthy, can't afford books, but children want access to books. So we are sending books to the Children's Book Bank as well. And we've recently started sending to the youth detention centers. These are prisons for juveniles who have, gone the wrong way. And so we're trying to send them on the right path by having books for them as well. So just a quick brief report. Thank you, Jai Srila Prabhupada.
Wow. When Meenakshi Devi Dasi gives a quick report, you get a maximum information and a live broadcast showing the very place from which 10,000 books are going out in the next couple of days, tracing back to how the whole team in the Toronto, Canada area is working together to drop these books in strategic places where they're being read by prisoners, by young people, by juveniles, in libraries, where Prabhupada was especially appreciative in the New York Library when his books ended up there. He used to go there regularly to visit them. Thank you, Meenakshi Devi Dasi, for, as usual, showing us what it looks like to be completely organized in Krishna's service. Gaur Premanande Haribo.
Haribo, thank you.
And now we come to the hardest working devotee in ISKCON. It's Nandini Kishori. She never stops connecting with devotees all over North America to find out how they're doing, how we can help them more in getting their pledges and scores. Tell us, Nandini Kishori, just the mood, how things are unfolding in North America.
Thank you so much, Vaisheshika Maharaj. Due to your inspiration, things are going great. Dallas team recently asked me about Mortal Gita, which is usually a theme amongst many temples. So we want to remind that mortalgita.org is a great resource. Books go out to chaplains and libraries also through Mortal Gita, including motels, hotels, and many different avenues. It's nice to see constantly new centers are coming up and asking for how to start placing orders. Greater Cleveland is one such example. Digital Gitas are also available. And there are a lot of inquiries about that too. How do I distribute digital Gita books? Arabic and Farsi Gitas are also going out under your direction. And a lot of other centers are also interested in getting the training, getting a manual on how they can duplicate what ISV has done. And I got few inquiries about Indian devotees asking me to send Gitas to their relatives, which I have done. And we want reverse NAFTA. We want everybody in India to think of all their cousins worldwide and relatives and friends, etc. And we can start shipping books all over the world if possible. Just like we are right now doing, sending books in India from US, we can start doing reverse. I hope that is clear. So that's the report from US that I know of. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Nandini Kishori. The very image of Dhridavrita and following in Srila Prabhupada's footsteps to make sure that book distribution expands all over America. Great debt of gratitude to you for your tireless work. Hare Krishna.
Hare
And now we're going to swing back to the Executive Secretary for Marketing, Communications, and Innovations. She always stays in the background, but she is always active, always ready, and planning ahead, thinking 24 hours a day how to expand book distribution. We have Shamahini Devi Dasi. Tell us any of your observations about how things are going in the world, since you're checking in with people on every continent.
Hare Krishna. It's the news from all around the world is really, really exciting. Last night we had the opportunity to hear from devotees in Oceania, New Zealand, Australia, Fiji. We also had devotees from Japan on the call, and we're seeing how sharing best practices is inspiring and enlivening everybody. And even on this call, so many leaders are getting together, sharing each other's best practices. That's our real strength. The whole idea of the one world team, where the sum of the parts is greater than each part. Together, we can accomplish much more than we can without sharing those best practices. So this is, I personally, I feel the energy going up every time. Every little idea that is being discussed is being magnified in several different locations, several different places all over the world. I also, echoing what Malini Devidasi was sharing, people are ready, they're waiting. Yesterday in Toronto, we went door to door. We try to go out every Saturday during the marathon. And when we knock the doors, we don't know what's going to happen. But so many times there are people there who said, I was just thinking about this. I was talking to somebody and I told them I want a Gita, and today I got it. Or there was this lady who we knocked at the door and there was nobody at the door. We were about to leave and she just came in with her two kids. And we started talking to her. She said, I had taken them out because it's too hard to keep two kids inside an apartment. And then we gave her the Bhagavad Gita. And she's like, I was just praying to the Lord. She was an Indian lady, Lord Venkateshwar today. And it's a Saturday. It's my lucky day. It was my fate to get the Bhagavad Gita. And I was thinking how Krishna perfectly arranges having this person there. If she came 5 minutes later, we would have missed her. And having us knock at the same time. And in the Srimad Bhagavatam, with the pastime of Vritrasura, in the purport, it says that Krishna always fulfills multiple things at the same time. So this act of giving a book to this person, the whole act of inspiring our faith, because when we go out there, it inspires us that it's really working, the whole process. So it fulfills multiple purposes at the same time by knocking those doors. So we have 25 days till January 7th, the last day of the campaign. And time, like Vaisheshika always says, time is very powerful. Now is present. The present is potent. So we can do a lot with what we have. And we're really excited and looking forward to all the different success stories that are pouring in from around the world. We're at your service. If there's any support that you need in terms of training or resources, our team is very happy to assist. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Shamahini. You've put up the contact information so anybody who wants anything can get in touch with us. Last night when we were talking to the devotees from Japan, they had set a goal and then they accidentally beat their goal early. And they were wondering, what should we do now? And everyone in the community said, well, let's keep going. And they surprised themselves. And it is quite surprising when we go for something and then Krishna reveals to us, oh no, you have much more potential. And that's how we realize our potential, is by being brave. Going out and trying to do what we think we can't do. That's the gap that we fill. That's where courage comes in. We're not sure what's going to happen. Just like Shamohini said, you don't knock on the door. You don't know what arrangement Krishna has, but that's how it's revealed to us personally. And this is real Buddha yoga. It's the high sadhana of going out and meeting people where they live. And as we meet people one after another, we realize the potency of the mantra and of the mission that we're on, because we see that people are looking for it. So this is what gives our movement life, what gives it purpose. This is what we strive to manage, is the success of the Sankirtan movement. Otherwise, we get caught up in all kinds of bureaucracy. So let's get rid of bureaucracy by expanding our outreach and being there personally for every person. Patit Pavane, what's going on down there in Texas? Looks like you're out and about somewhere. Tell us.
Right now, I'm just I'm in the book garage at the moment, getting some books for delivery to devotees who are wanting to help with the distribution. And
what a good-looking book garage.
we're trying. In general, there's a couple of us going out consistently. We're going out on the streets. One place we set up that was surprisingly good was outside of the courthouse downtown, where a lot of people are coming for official business. So we set a book table up there and did probably I think 7.5 cases of Bhagavad Gita in a day, and then going camp. Well, the university just closed, which was our major source of distribution, but we'll be going now to parking lots, Walmarts, shopping malls, and also following ISV's example and going to shopping centers door to door. That was inspiring. So we'll be trying that soon this coming week. Yeah, that's right now. There's one devotee in the community who's pledged 1,000 Bhagavad Gitas on her own. So she's taken a pallet of books and is going to be distributing. Her name is Her Grace Sundari Radhika Mataji. So,
Wow.
Hare Krishna.
Let's hit the courthouses. Cover every courthouse. Thank you very much, Patita Pavana. Good to see you in the field
Hare,
there.
Hare
And
Krishna.
let's hear from Vishwabandhu Prabhu, what's happening in Sweden.
Hare Krishna everyone. It's the Netherlands, not Sweden.
Netherlands. Sorry.
Yes, yes, a lot of things are happening. So we started on Gita Jayanti actually with a book table. And it was the first time that we, with a large group, went out in Amsterdam. It was really like, actually, a few devotees had difficulties coming to the place, the spot where we were doing the books. And they were really distressed, like, should we still come and should we do it? But in the end, they did. And it was such a really uplifting moment, uplifting thing. So much people passed by, seeing the books, talking with us. And we met also a few people that were really interested. They wanted to know more about what is Krishna consciousness, where our temple is, to visit it. So that book table experience was so inspiring, we were so motivated by it. So since then we are doing several days we have done this book table. Today there was also a book table some in other place. And we have a lot of these stories of people that are looking for knowledge, spiritual knowledge, where we were first afraid that, who will come, who will take our books. But we have learned now to, not to worry about that, just let the books speak for themselves. So, and in that way we want to continue. We are continuing the next couple of weeks also with book tables, with making big piles of towers of Bhagavad Gitas that attract really people, like Christmas trees. We are putting on places. So, thanks to all this inspiration from the devotees over here, we are continuing. Thank you so much.
Go Team Netherlands. Thank you very much, Vishwabandhu Prabhu. Fantastic news about how the books speak for themselves. My old friend Maharaj Das used to tell people that. They say, what's the book about? He goes, book speaks for itself. That's what books do. They speak for themselves. Fantastic. Let's see, we have 1 minute left. Dear Srila Prabhupada, dear Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Oh, wait a minute, we got a message here from Premi. Last week, we gave Bhagavad Gita to some devotees from UK. They went to Buenos Aires Mandir. I'm sure the books and talked about the goal, showed the books and talked about the goal. They are traveling in South America. Now they're in Antarctica? Where's that? I asked them to send pictures. Antarctica? With the penguins?
Yes.
We're conquering Antarctica again. You guys are doing it again. They were the first ones to put Bhagavatam sets there, and now they're sending troops there. This is fantastic news.
Hopefully we will have videos and pictures of Bhagavad Gita in Antarctica.
Wow. We got the whole planet surrounded, everybody. So put on the pressure, because it's a post-truth age. People forgot about the truth. People forgot about Krishna, the source of everything. And just by remembering the form of Krishna, whether one's envious or whether one is friendly and eager to seek, it all goes deep within the heart, and it makes the goal of life possible for each person who's a recipient. Dear Srila Prabhupada, dear Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Shri Shri Panchatattva, Shri Shri Gauranitai, Shri Shri Radha Madan Mohan, Shri Shri Radha Govinda, Shri Shri Radha Gopinath, Shri Shri Lakshmi Nrsimhadev, if you so desire, please instill your potency into the hearts of all the devotees who joined the call today, the ones who couldn't join the call today, and all the book distributors and Sankirtan leaders and temple presidents and regional secretaries and GBCs and those who attend Bhakti Vrikshas to rise up and spread Bhagavad Gita to every town and village in every language. Let us cover the earth with transcendental knowledge and the holy names. Thank you for considering our request. Om Tat Sat. Everyone agrees with this prayer in whole or in part. Please unmute and say Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Om Trikalpavishta,
Hare
Nirpatita, Devyo Namo Namaha. Do huge, everybody. Do bigger than you thought. Go for it. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
See you in January to celebrate. Hare Krishna.
Hari Hari.
Hare Hare.